Live streaming is on.
So anyways, to go over this again, there's only two parts, right? So again, we're ending the loan, which means if there's no loan, there's no guaranteed minimum wage, right? We cannot guarantee minimum wage. Why is this important? Well, last month we had almost $3,000 of, or no, last 2 months, right, of costs of payments, right, that we made to the team, to the old team. And less than 50 hours of client work was done, which equates to less than $500 of value and only a few $100s of actual pay, right? So with the $1,275 of back pay, it would be over $4,000 of pay for basically little to no client work, right? So basically we have to take out thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of loans because workers don't want to do any work. So under this new policy, there would be no more loans, which means there's no guaranteed minimum wage. And that means two simple things. One, every worker would sign and agree to a business terms of involvement in a partner as a partner with SVG, right? That would address 99% of it. And then the second thing is that workers need to provide some type of self-employment or contractor status, right? That covers their own business expenses. Examples could include taxes, websites, bills, business profiles, platform profiles on your Upwork or your
Time to stretch. Please stop.
Outsourcely,
stand up and
right?
stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
Okay, so anyways, the the point that I'm making is this is not complicated. It's very easy to do, right? There's just two small things that would be done. Those are the two things. The why we would have to do it is actually quite complicated. Understanding tax laws, understanding how, you know, organizations and ownership works, all of that is extremely complicated. But the actual policy is very simple. You would be required to agree to and sign the partnership agreement with SPG, right, as an owner. And then you would also need to provide some type of proof of self-employment, which there's probably a dozen different ways that you could do that. And we would help people with that process. So you don't even have to really do anything, but you would need to agree to it and you would need to get support with this. Obviously, we have no interest or intention of paying minimum wage. I don't want to get minimum wage. No one else wants to get minimum wage. But that means that we have to do the work to bring in the income. And the longer we talk about this, the more time we're not doing work for the client actually bring in income.
So,
Okay.
Jay,
Yeah.
okay. Jay, for details one and two, is it required for two or is this one or two?
1 and 2.
One and two. One and two. Hmm.
So that means it's like someone is starting, is like you are starting the business, and it's for me
So
look like
does it have to be the proof to be on our name or can be on our husband's name or what's what?
I think that we would have some leadway based on people's personal circumstances. Like if you're in business with your husband or you're in business, with other people, that's perfectly fine. So it just depends on each person's individual circumstance. But the primary thing is that for your ownership, you would need to make sure there is documented understanding that everybody's an owner as opposed to an assumption, right? Because right now we offer automatic ownership for
Time to
everybody and
pause.
automatic
Please
tokens and
stop.
everything's automatic,
Close
right?
your
You're
eyes.
automatically an owner.
Count 1, 2, 3, 4.
Jay, how about people that does not have business? Someone who is working for a company. How does that one do about it?
Taxes. Taxes.
Jay, did you understand me?
What if my tax is in Philippines? Can be like that? Not Egypt.
Because my own task, I'm paying a tax to Nigeria government, but it's under the hospital where I work. I don't know how to go about it.
Simple things. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Jay's
Jay,
not here. Jay's not here.
JJ is not around again.
maybe
So
internet.
Jay, we
Coming.
lost you.
It's
it's not
coming.
here.
Oh my goodness.
Lost.
Eh?
What?
Come on,
Lucy?
tell me.
Okay. I thought Lucy left.
I'm here.
Proof of self-employment. Contract.
This is something.
Oh, this is too tough for me, oh Jay.
Sample taxes, websites, bills, profile.
Normally, if there's a
Maybe.
proposal, you
So
don't understand it.
this is like
To
not that.
do.
No, no, I know there is in Facebook there are reels, no? Facebook reels. They're requiring taxes there also. Tax if you have a tax identification number and everything. You can do the
Outsourcing,
reels.
outsourcing, they already closed. We cannot access in Kenya. Maybe
No,
Apple.
they are closed everywhere. It's not even only in Kenya.
Okay.
I've tried, so I was asking myself if maybe it was on my end that was having issues.
Even me.
So if you are
Outsourcing no more.
Outsourcing
saying that
is
it's
only
closed from your
operated in
end,
US only right now.
Wait, what
really?
you mean outsource? What you mean
Yes.
outsource, Lee? What you mean? What will we do with outsource the Upwork? We
Please,
will apply
where
as employer, something like that.
I
is
think
Jay
I,
now? Like,
Oh,
I don't know.
maybe we will apply as employer, like we are looking for workers, not we are the one looking for work. Maybe
Okay,
that's what we.
what if a worker comes and apply uses connects? That is more
Um,
that's very expensive. Do you know how much to apply for a job now in our how many connects it costs you? 12
yeah,
connects.
it's very expensive. Oh.
yeah. And
I'm
if you
telling
have
you.
only a basic account, you will have only 10 connects in a month. You are provided 10 connects, right?
And
In
Where?
a month.
I don't think they even give again free connects, eh?
Yeah,
Huh.
there are 10. 10.
And for you to even have an account in Upwork now, verified account, it's not, huh, mama.
It has done some that thing.
It should be
Another thing,
yeah, I have Upwork account
I
right
have an
now.
Upwork account. It's
yeah,
not
me
even
too. I have it.
functioning.
I have
The,
it, and
the
you should
only
connect.
account that it was functioning that I found J 2017 outsourcing. Now these other
Outsource.
things done.
So we should oh my god, we should create like an employer account in Upwork. That's what I think Jamie.
And I
Not
hope
that
you know
Upwork.
that when you create an employer account in Upwork, you have a particular percentage that you pay.
Yeah.
what are
So
you
how
going to
to
employ or you have
how
a
to how to do this? I'm confused.
let me write a
But
message.
you know what I'm thinking? The business like in Facebook Reels. There you should put your tax there. So it means you're the owner of your business. That is a business.
No, but
Like
I think the proposal says that um well require workers
provide
to provide
self
proof.
Oh,
self-employment and
oh,
contact
yes.
status. Um, Examples, taxes. If you don't have,
Yes.
if you don't pay tax, maybe you have
Mm.
a website. You show it. If bills, business profile. Maybe business profile can be maybe your page on Facebook that you do business. Maybe sell
Yeah,
things.
Facebook page. Yeah,
Outsource
right now.
free. Yeah. So
Mm.
maybe if you have a Facebook page, someone like me, I have a Facebook
Yeah.
page, guy shop
Mm.
page. So I
Yes,
should
that's
know.
something like that.
But I
And
was thinking, is Jada supposed to supply us all this thing now? Why is this one?
no, before we
Supply
were
you a page.
automatic. Mm.
Like to make create like something like form for us to fill it through. That's what I meant. Like creating a form where you will just send, we will fill it.
No, W8 Ben is separate, he said, right? In addition to that, that's what I heard a while ago. W8 Ben is separate, and then we still have this.
So that
This
means if I have no business, I should not be maybe qualified to work with the F2N.
Where did
I
Jelly
don't know
went
that
to?
per se.
I
So
think I've filled this form before, Auntie Ate. Like on Amazon, they do request for this form.
Amazon, are you an owner? Yeah, I think you said you are
Yes,
what? I said you. I think you are. Did you? Were you what's it called? Author or something?
yes, I think I've filled this form before.
Okay, so
For
maybe you
them to
have.
give you an account, you have to fill this WPN8. But you don't pay, they just remove 30% tax withholding for
So
many
that's
sales
that's
rate.
the proof for you. That's the proof for you that you have your business. So
Yeah, of
for
course, you have a you for you have a business this with Amazon, so you can just provide that.
yeah, you can provide that one. For me, maybe my
Ah,
Facebook Facebook reel, but Facebook reels, but it's not yet to earning.
check, check if you need to file.
Is
So
it what
what
kind? Is it like
Okay,
I'm
Jay is
marketing or
back.
selling for the
Let Jay come and answer our
what
question.
Lucy?
Who must fill? Most yes is a permanent resident. But it said who must fill this form is most US citizen or permanent resident. Side
Which one?
job. I'm just going through the IRS. You have over
For
4,000.
for Amazon.
Nope. The file, IRS. The one Jay sent.
The
The one he
W8 Ben.
linked.
That's W8 Ben, which
Yes,
we were
yes.
already filling up before, right?
Yeah.
So
You
This is
aside from this
WH.
one,
have over
I think
4,000.
aside from this one, we will have to fill out also another. We are required to show proof of
me?
self-employment. Blah, blah, blah.
I'll
Joe
be
is
there
here.
to see what is
Hello,
happening.
Jay.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really confused.
Okay,
We
if you
love
have
you.
something like a Facebook page where you used to do marketing, sell products, is it okay?
Yes, I think that anything is better than nothing. So it's again, there's no specific required document. It's just like whatever you have is enough, right? So you're basically documenting that this is proof of your self-employment and your sole proprietorship or whatever, and that's all that's required. So again, the proposal is not for all of these legal processes. The proposal is to get rid of the loan and to no longer provide guaranteed minimum wage, right? So that's the policy. To meet that policy, there will be requirements to document people's ownership and proof of self-employment. So it's not anything that's like difficult or established on exactly how that'll happen. We'll set up the detailed processes as part of the tax forms and all the other things we already do, and it shouldn't be a problem. The main question right now is not how are you going to provide this information. That's not going to be difficult at all. The main question right now is, do we have agreement to end the loans and to no longer guarantee minimum wage? My hope is that everyone would do the work and we pay everybody perfectly fine and no one has to do minimum wage. But we have to realize that in the future, just like happened in the last 2 months, there could be a time again where the team or the future team stops doing work and does not meet minimum wage thresholds, that is a huge problem. Does that make sense?
Yes, Jay, it makes sense. So we should think
So
very
I,
well before we vote on this proposal.
yeah, I don't think trying to get proof of self-employment is very difficult, especially since pretty much everybody's are already contractors, everybody's already paying all their own expenses, everybody's already doing all of this stuff, so it shouldn't be a problem. And we can help people with websites, we can help people with their profiles. You can easily set up a profile on Outsourcely or Upwork or Workana or wherever you want to set one up.
So, so what you mean?
Outsourcing does not exist any longer in my country.
So you mean, Jay,
No,
profile in Upwork as employer?
Yes,
no. A
employee. Yes, no.
profile in Upwork as a contractor, as a freelancer.
Ah, okay. I have already that.
Yes, exactly. So it's very simple. So you just have basically a website or a profile that shows that you
Ah,
are actively presenting yourself to the public as a contractor, as a freelancer, as running your own
just.
self-employment.
Then
Oh
I have
yeah,
it. I have so
I
many
have
of
it
it.
on LinkedIn. I have it on LinkedIn, Guru,
LinkedIn
Upwork.
LinkedIn is a little different because you don't have to present yourself as as a freelancer on LinkedIn, right?
No, but Guru is okay. Guru is just like Upwork and
How about
Outsourcing.
you said LinkedIn is what? I think LinkedIn is more professional. Abi?
Yeah,
Like,
very
yeah,
Yes,
LinkedIn,
now
but
professional.
LinkedIn
Jay.
is for all professionalities. It's not just for freelancers, whereas Guru is for
Yeah.
freelancers. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Guru is
no,
also
I
freelancer.
don't. Are
You
we?
know, on
Is it that we
LinkedIn,
are going to screenshot the page or I don't get?
We would just have the
Happy
link
birthday,
in the page.
itself. Jay, please, do you mind putting this thing on writing so I could just read through and understand what you're saying?
It's in writing right here in the proposal, but the point is that once we approve the proposal, we'll write up a little document that creates examples and goes through each example and how to do it and what to do. That will happen in the future. But right now, we're just trying to get agreement on the policy of ending the
Um,
loans and ending the guaranteed minimum wage. That is the proposal. What that means in all of the processes that are created out of that is secondary, right? Yes, we need to document our partnership agreements. Yes, we need to document our freelancer activities, but that's secondary. We don't need to do those things if we don't agree to this proposal. Does that make sense?
Yes, Jay.
And I don't think it's going to be a problem to do that. The problem is not paying people minimum wage. That's the problem because the client work's not getting done.
if we are going to have the restrictions, the policy that guide, then I think it will not affect us so much.
I didn't understand that last part. Say it again, Lucy.
I think now we have the policies whereby if you don't do the client work, no pay. Then we should just
Yes.
postpone the
We
proposal
already
for
had
some
that
time.
policy that if people didn't do client work, you wouldn't get paid full pay. But we did offer minimum wage and we took loans to do that. But now we're saying we're getting rid of the loans, which means that we no longer have guaranteed minimum wage. There is no way to guarantee minimum wage without a loan because if nobody does any client work, we have no income, when we don't, there's no way to pay people
We
without
have
a loan.
not put it in. Okay.
No guaranteed wage. Oh, it will be denied.
So are we voting?
Well, let's go over concerns first. What are the concerns? So, brings up lots of legal issues and, you know, documentation that are complicated. So that is certainly a concern. Also, could reduce pay if workers do not accomplish expected client work output. So yeah, let's go ahead and vote. And this is just the first proposal. I think it's probably the most complicated one.
I will abstain from that voting on the proposal until I understand clearly what I should do.
What is your question? You have a question about understanding it?
Abstaining.
Would you have a question about
Yes,
understanding it?
because the details it make it more complicated for me.
Yeah, but I think Ate is right that your guru profile could be more than enough to document your self-employment, and then you would just be a partner with SVG, and that's it. That's all there is to to actually the
Actually, I
details.
don't even know the meaning of SVG.
Social value group.
I still I have my account with the Upwork. I'm not so Wakana. Not yet
Okay, so
Upwork
you
or
have so many.
Money. Oh, all platform Joyce. I'm there.
Okay,
Freelance.
so no problem.
So you are on here already on the team profiles for SVG. So we would
Yeah.
just want to update those. But
Okay. Then okay.
so your vote is a
If that is the only reason, then I'm okay.
Yeah.
I will give it a trial.
okay. So anyways, I'm gonna vote a 8. And I mean, I'm not excited about this. So maybe it'll be a 7.9, right? Because I'm not super excited about this, but it's just a necessary process based on what has happened over the last couple of months. If we want to continue, we need to do the work, the client work. I mean, there's a reason why I've always guaranteed minimum wage because I think it's the correct thing to do, but we can't infinitely guarantee minimum wage if workers aren't going to do even the most minimal of the client work.
So, hmm.
Oh. Mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Jehovah. Some. Mm, mm.
Jay, can you please explain the client works here? Line 24.
Line 24. You're
What
going
you
back to
mean?
the proposal? You're going back
What
to the
they?
other proposal?
Huh?
You're going back to the proposal on line 5.
9.5.
That has to do with the new client work potential income amount, right, to do the work. So the proposal that we're on right now though is line 84.
Yeah, I understand. But going back, there's no output training setup. We can. What's this? Can still be paid 890 or what
Yeah,
are
so
the?
that's getting paid to not do any output at all. It means that
Okay.
basically you logged time for specific client work but did no output, which means
Okay.
you didn't calculate a single calculation, you didn't complete even a single step of a responsibility, let alone a responsibility. And there was just some training, right? So let's say you just went to a session, watched somebody else do work, that would not be considered output because you didn't do any work, the other person did the work. So the other person was doing the output, whereas you were only tracking time
Mhm.
in a supporting role, right? So that would not be considered output. Output
Yeah.
means you actually complete the work to move the work forward, which means you complete a responsibility or you complete a step within a responsibility. Whereas a deliverable means that the work is completed according to the client specifications.
Yes,
Okay.
that's true.
So
Okay. So what do you mean by do 50 to 75% of the work to be paid?
which line is that?
Do
The budget is high. So our budget is currently 6,200 and something dollars. What do we
320, 6
option
320.
3? It's $6,275, right? That's an extraordinary high amount of money. So in order to approve that budget, we would have to
Uh,
bring in
50 to
$1,000,
75.
right? But if you look at the total income is 165. But we don't need to cover all the expenses for the actual bills, right? So the
What about internal
$1,000
ops?
are covered by the business, and we're only responsible for 15% of the overall cost for the bills, which is $580. So our total value is $5,045. And then if we separate out the $1,275 of this is the one-time back pay, that gives us a grand total of $6,320. And if our entire budget minus Gloria is $1,800, I believe. Let me double check. So if we go back to the budget, the total budget was $1,900, right? So if you have a total budget of $1,900 and you put $2,250, that creates an additional buffer of $350. So the total is $6,670. So I mean, what was
960,
it?
960.
Yeah, the total is $6,670 of value, and our budget is 6,000 um
6,000.
6,275. 6,275, right? 6,275. So anyways, and then if you divide it by 2, since we're only doing 2 weeks out of the month, if you divide this by 2, you actually well, actually you're multiplying it by 2. So basically the equivalent of the 6,275 is 13,341. So we have more than enough money in this budget, potential income, to cover the $6,000 with no problem. Okay, and the one-time payment of the back pay is basically included, so we're fine on this for this month. So if we do somewhere between 50 to 75% of the work, we will get full pay. That make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
But in the context of future months, this is a tight budget, and I do think that we should reduce the budget as much as possible so that it's as easy as possible to bring in enough money to cover the budget. And the thing that will help the most, of course, is the getting additional client work that will increase the budget the most. Okay. All right. So anyway, so this proposal does not pass as of now. So I think that everything else here is like not applicable, and we'll have to discuss this more. Does anyone want to say why they're voting no, or why they're not supporting the proposal? Okay, you voted the lowest. Well, Sandra voted the lowest, but yeah. So
Yeah.
Sandra,
Yeah. What did you say?
the question is why you're voting no on the proposal, or why you're voting low on the proposal, abstaining.
Because why I voted a four is that maybe I will just remove it. I need time to read through so that I will be sure what I'm voting for.
Okay, do you understand what a loan is?
What?
Do you understand what a loan is?
I did not understand everything that you wrote here.
I know, but my question is, do you understand what a loan is?
Alone, yeah.
Do you understand what minimum wage is?
Yes, please.
Proposals that we're getting rid of all loans and minimum wages and paying that alone. That's the proposal. So I think it's pretty straightforward and clear. Ate, do you have any other input on why you're abstaining?
Because I don't
Yeah.
really understand. Because I don't really understand why minimum wage will be terminated. I don't know. Because I think minimum wage is at least what a worker should expect. And terminating it in this FQN is somehow to me, I do not understand where it's coming from. That's
I
why I voted
explained
a four.
it. With the back pay of $1,275, the team is asking for $4,000 over 2 months for less than 50 hours of client work, right? And that is a massive, massive amount of loan that we're taking. So there is no possible way to guarantee minimum wage without loans. If we get rid of the loan, it is impossible to guarantee minimum wage. If people don't work and do the client work, they can't get paid, right?
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I
we have to
okay.
continue thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars with no client work output, little to no client work output, which is not sustainable for the organization. We can't do that.
Yeah, I thought you already said earlier, no client work, no pay. So are we
Exactly.
still
That if
observing
you
that?
don't get paid, you don't get any minimum wage. Does that make sense? If you're not doing client work, there's no possible way to pay people minimum wage. It's impossible.
Okay. No wahala then.
That's the whole point of no client work, no pay means that
No
if you
minimum.
come to a main session and you don't do any client work, you will not be getting minimum wage for the time you came to a main session. Whereas in the past, we did pay minimum wage for that time.
Okay. I've changed
So,
my vote.
Ateta, do you want to add anything?
Yes, Jay. During your explanations, you said we should think very well before we vote because this might affect the team as in the future, like in a team where we can have in a situation like the way we are right now. So That's why I voted 5.
Okay, but are you against the proposal for ending the loans and going, ending the guaranteed minimum wage? Is that, are you like abstaining specifically about the proposal, or something else about some other sort of future hypothetical that I don't understand?
No, I'm not against the loan. Normally, they're supposed to end the loan because we need to bring in income.
Yeah, but if we end the loan, there's no guarantee we're going to be bringing in income. That's all hypothetical, right? Which means that if we don't bring in the income and do the client work, and we don't have loans, then there's no guarantee for minimum wage, right? Anyways, I just wanted to see if there's anything else you wanted to add. Otherwise, I think we're ready to move on. Are we ready to move on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we take a break?
Oh, did we miss a break? Yeah, we can take a break. Okay.
Are we taking a break?
Yeah, I guess we're taking a 5-minute break.
4 minute break.
4 minutes. Okay. Anybody back?
Yes.
Cool. All right. So
I'm back.
let's move on to the other proposals, which is ending the back pay loopholes. The main proposal here is that back pay advances will no longer be available for unlimited amounts. The team and the HR board will be required to set a maximum back pay advance amount per month, which will be included in the budget. And then this will not be applicable to the one-time $1,275 back. Old final agreement. So it starts after that. Are there any questions on this policy? Because these are the only two policies that affect pay. So it's simply just ending the loans and ending the back pay loophole. Are there any questions on the back pay advance will no longer be available for unlimited amounts? Are there any questions? Is that a no? Concerns?
No questions for me.
Other
No.
concerns, or do we want to vote on this real quick, or do we want to just wait until later, or what?
I think we should vote so that we will move forward. At least finish our proposals.
Okay, so no questions. Are there any concerns?
No concern.
Wait, even the proposal. Back pay advance will no longer be available for unlimited amounts. The team and HR board will be required to set a maximum back pay advance amount per month, which will be included in the budget. Applicable to the one-time final.
So I put the concern that this would significantly reduce pay. Someone deleted.
What does that even mean?
What?
What do you mean by say it could reduce pay for?
For people who don't do client work and take on 1.5 hour per week. Like, for example, it could significantly reduce pay for those who only come to main sessions, right? Only come to main sessions. So all you do is come to main sessions. You don't do any work. You don't do actually your assigned work, your work priorities. You couldn't ask for back pay.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right. So the whole concept of the back pay loophole is that you come to main sessions, you log all these hours, you don't actually do any client work, you don't actually do any internal operations, you don't actually do any of your assigned work hours, and then you get all this accumulated equity ownership value, and then you propose to get all of your back pay without having to do any work. That's the loophole. And it would end that loophole to not allow people to ask for unlimited amounts of back pay.
Yeah, it makes sense.
The back pay would be limited to the agreed upon amount. So an example would be like, it would be like a budget line item, right? So it'd be like example, budget line item of $200 of back pay. So the maximum back pay for that moon month would be $200. After that, no more back pay, right? And then if no one spends the back pay, if no one spends the back pay, the value can go towards the token for everybody, right?
Okay, so if there is a month where no one takes back pay, the back pay will be sent to our wallets.
They would be sent to the token value. So the value of the token would go up. But anyways, that's a separate policy, which we will address separately as well.
Okay, are we voting?
Yeah, I'm an 8 on this one for sure.
I'm an 8.
5 even.
7.5.
I'm a 7. Advances must come out of the same game.
Lucy, say you are how many?
7.5.
Okay, 7.5.
Sandra, are you here? What about?
Sandra is not here.
No, she's not here.
She left.
Okay, so anyway, so this passes. That is good. So let's go ahead and skip the rest of the proposals. And I would propose that we spend a little time doing a UMCUS open discussion and, you know, kind of like evaluation of what's going on to kind of get on the same page for a little bit and then wrap up and check out. So my proposal is that our last topic would be
Final payment.
slash evaluation slash review, right? I think we're leaving the final payment until next week because we voted on Monday to approve giving an additional week to complete the reconciliation for the 1 year, right? And then next week we'll have that all completed and we'll be able to review that and finalize it. Okay. But I would like us to spend a little time, you know, in UMCUS discussion and kind of evaluating and reviewing as a team here, the 4 of us who want to continue and getting a little clarity on what is going on, what happened, how we want to move forward, because we haven't had any discussion for almost 2 months now about this, right? So I think it would make sense to just kind of like get on the same page a bit for, you know, what happened and how we want to move forward.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah. Yes to me.
Are there
No,
any objections to topic 3?
No.
Okay. So let's jump. Do we want to take a break first? We're at the top of the hour.
I think we are just on break.
Okay. So let's continue until the bottom of the hour. So
Yeah.
topic 3. Shall I create the tab?
I'm creating the tab.
Okay. Joyce is creating the tab. So I think that let's just do a round. We'll have each person go. and we can
JJ.
kind of have like a sort of like open discussion. So kind of like open discussion slash, UMCUS discussion and expectations, requirements, kind of like, evaluation of the management model, changes we want to make, sort of like, what happened, questions, requests, just like kind of just a general round to just kind of see where we all are.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So I guess I could start. Would anyone else prefer to?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and we try to keep it to 3 minutes per person and just do a couple rounds. All right. So I'll start. So for me, I'm very excited to see, the four of us come together and the interest in moving the team forward. I have no doubt if we are successful and we can move forward that we will attract a lot of other people who are interested in getting more information about what's going on.
Oh,
With that,
you continue with that Mamoon.
Mamoon is here.
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, hey, Mamoon. All right. Well, Mamoon, we'll just have you go at the end. Do you want to check in real quick, Mamoon? So we're doing a UMCUS open evaluation discussion right now, Mamoon, on just like, everything moving forward. And then we're going to be wrapping up the session and checking out. So, just to inform you, Mamoon, the preliminary approved budget does not include you or Sandra or Uma or Gloria for that matter. But it has not been finalized, and we still have the UMCUS, and we still have to finalize agreement overall. And that just hasn't happened yet. And so we're still all owners right now. We're still all just like, equals, but we do have a preliminary proposal for Atay, Joyce, Lucy, and myself to be approved in the budget for the full moon, which was 3 or 4 days ago.
JJ.
So people can technically start tracking hours. But we have not finalized the budget, and that's going to be
1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
okay. So I think one of the most important things that we can do moving forward is to get public communications. I can't stand Discord. I want us to be communicating on Twitter, X, Facebook, or on our website. I spent almost 100 hours setting up this entire new public communications model. We all voted on it, we all approved it, but we never did it. And it just, I don't like that all the communications happens internally on Discord and that nobody interacts with us publicly, and it is consuming to say the least. So anyways, that's like one thing I think would help me. Overall, I just don't really want to be involved in this particular team anymore. I want to set up my own fork and my own team with a brand new model that's almost entirely token based. So there would be no upfront pay. So it's a different model. It's mainly focused on the token value and building token value as opposed to upfront pay. And it would take many months to get that functional. But that's what I want to focus on. But I'm also willing to help all of you try to get something set up to be functional so that you can continue to work and continue to get paid and whatever you need to do. But with that said, I still do not understand what happened over the last couple months. I don't understand what happened. I feel like there was a lot of private communications that were happening. I feel like there should be clarity about what is going on with some of the private communications in relationship to just documenting it. If people had private communications, then it needs to go on your POP. You need to disclose that moving forward, just so that we all know that you have private relationships. And I feel like overall, there need to be major changes to our structure, because I do not feel okay about paying this. We're looking at $9,000 of payments for really not a lot of client output and client work. And I feel like, I feel somewhat taken advantage of. I feel like other people feel like they were taken advantage of. So it goes all directions. I am very confident we will come to a final agreement. We'll get everyone paid or whatever, but it still sucks in
Time to
terms of like,
pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
I feel like if we had all come together and we could just focus on the client work and actually do the work that was assigned, that we could have had a very different experience and a very different outcome. But anyways, I take responsibility just like everyone else should. I mean, it's not any one person is to blame. I'm just as much to blame as anyone else. I mean, I feel like I made a lot of mistakes. Things could have been done better, but overall, I'm still very confused on kind of what happened, and how this new team wants to move forward in relationship to our management structures, the deadlines. Like, how are we going to get work done? And the bottom line is that people don't want to get work done and have excuses for any reason to not do it. I am no longer willing in any level to make more loans. I don't see how the loans serve me in any way. I don't see how it serves any other owner. I don't see how it serves the organization in any way to continue loans after what's happened over the last 2 months. So if you have other alternatives to loans, or another way to ensure that if a loan is made, that it will be paid back, like, I'm open to hearing it. But for me, that is a non-starter. Like, giving out another $5,000 in loans to not have any more client work happen over the next 3 months or 6 months or whatever is just not of interest to me at all. I have a life. I have other things to do. I have other interests. This is not my interest anymore. I am willing to support anyone who does want to do this work on this team, but my goal is starting a new branch with a new model that is going to be very different than this. And I think they can go very well together. I think we can work in parallel, and I'm willing to support and train and do whatever we can to work together in parallel. Check. So next is Lucy. Lucy, are you there?
Lucy, if you're talking, you're
Yes,
on mute.
I was on mute. Sorry.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, I was talking while on mute. Anyway, I'm also happy at least we are all together
Time to
and
stretch.
see what
Please stop.
we
Up.
are going to
Hold
accomplish
your
as
count
a
for
team,
30
regardless
seconds.
of what happened before. Maybe we learn from the past mistakes and try to see if we can get something done, like work. Maybe we would like. I will really request if there is a way of shortening the steps of client work so that we will deliver the work and move forward together. Yeah, I don't have much to say as now. A lot have been going on, but we'll get there. One step at a time. I believe on that.
Thank you, Lucy. All right. That brings us to Joyce.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have much also to say except that if the one needed for this team is to do the client work, then let's do it. So yeah, I agree with Lucy. The steps should be not so long. It should be short, and only important steps that should be taken should be the only one to be there in the responsibility organizing. And what else would I say? And also, yeah, that's all I can say. Check.
Okay.
Okay.
Nobody's taking note.
Okay. As Jay said, we I equally take responsibility for um the things I said, the things I did for this past 2 months. We have been having a lot of tension and a lot of issues, and all this was just due to miscommunication from my own point of view. Um, and I'm equally very sorry that
Time to pause.
Jay felt.
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So I'm equally very sorry that Jay felt that he was personally attacked. I equally at a certain point I felt that I was being taken advantage of. I was being um like even taken advantage of my services, and at a certain point I even felt like I was being taken for a fool. So if I had to say whatever I had to say or do whatever I did for the past 2 months, I was just like trying to defend myself. I was feeling like I was equally attacked and all the rest. So for for that, as I said, I take responsibility of what I said, what I did, and what I just have to say is I'm sorry if I said something that hurt someone in one way or the other, maybe intentionally or not intentionally. I'm sorry. And moving forward, I I will go back to work the way I have been doing, like 6 months behind, because I know for the past 4 5 months that's been chaotic in FQN, and I really wish that we work together, understand each other, listen to each other, because I believe we are here. No one is perfect. We are here to grow together. So if we have policies that are hindering us from progressing, from taking a step forward, we should amend those policies. We should work on them, and not to 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 like keep aside, ignore maybe the proposal of someone else, and then just focus on some policies which majority felt that the policies are against them. Because here we are not here to fight each other, we are here to make the world a better place. It's true that, like almost a year back, we were doing great, we're progressing, we're moving together, we're going a step forward. But for some time now, I felt that FQN has been a battlefield, a war front where people just come and fight, throw words. It's no longer professional. You come, when at times I even feel like coming to work, I just like start protecting
Please
myself,
stop and
being
get
ready
ready.
to.
Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
Yeah, being ready to protect myself. But I believe that from what we have been discussing, we are ready to move forward, we should like try to simplify the responsibility organizing so that the work should go faster. Like the team that we have approved, whether we are where we have proposed now the preemptive budget proposal, I think if we stick together, we are gonna make FQN um a successful place that in maybe in like some 3 to 4 months, 5 months, we should be able to recruit as many people as possible because we must have yield a lot of income. So as for my part, I'm ready to go back to work to bring in the income as much as possible. I am ready full time as I have been doing before. So my prayer is we should all just listen to each other, move ahead in peace, the way we have been doing before all this misunderstanding sets in. Check.
Mamu.
Sorry, I'm okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Mm, I don't want to actually tell Majay. Um, I'm not sure how the budget was done. I I will check it later. And for them, cause yeah, it is always good to see the people mm, came together and discuss about the uh, past problems and dysfunction things, and let's see how things move forward. Jet.
All right, my turn again. So I certainly like the idea of, moving forward and recognizing um, what happens and acknowledging it and all. I am a big proponent of, apologies and everything. So I mean, obviously, I'm very sorry for anything I said that
Time
upset
to
anybody.
pause.
Or
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
I apologize, for anything I said or did that, upset people from, anytime really. I mean, I mean, a lot of on my side, I feel like I give too much, like, and it's obviously detrimental for my entire life. I mean, I endlessly like try to volunteer and help people and do all this stuff, and like I get so little back from it, and it's just really, really difficult. And I need to rethink everything as well, and even consider just like, I mean, I'm definitely going to be applying for jobs, but just like, actually taking some job I don't necessarily want to do. I mean, I don't know, I have to do something, but I don't know, maybe I can try one more time to make this work. But it's there's a big difference between bringing enough money to pay you guys and bringing enough money to pay me. It's just a big gap of $5,000 a month is really what I would need to live on. In terms of moving forward, you know, I have a lot of proposals and expectations for this UMCUS loan, client credit, to get everything started. And the most important to protect my life. I mean, if I'm willing to spend $9,000 on this final payment, it's a lot of money. I mean, I'm hoping that we can get it down from the 9,000, but we'll just see what all the calculations come up to and what we can get agreement on. But the bottom line is that it's just like, I am not feeling these loans anymore. I mean, I don't want to be involved. I don't want to have any responsibility. I don't want to feel obligated to do anything. Another way to put it is that I have felt, and in many ways this week, last week as well, like I'm forced to work for you guys. Right? So I'm here trying to help pay people to do work to move this vision forward. And instead, over the last many, many months, it feels like everything has reversed, where I'm forced to work for no money, month after month after month, to pay you guys to not work. And so I'm here trying to help you guys set up a way that you
Time
can
to
get
take a
income.
break. Please stop, write down whatever you were about to say, and take a break for 6 minutes.
I'm here trying to help you guys build a model that you can create income that I don't want to be involved with. And I'm here for two reasons. One, because I've been doing this for decades and I would like to see it succeed to some level. I'm committed to following the policies, which means that everyone can stay involved no matter what. Because we're all owners and members, right? And then obviously I do have an interest in seeing the FQN team in continuity. I mean, I would like to see the team continue in some form or another, you know, but I don't want to be involved anymore. I would like to step away. I don't want, I'll be reducing my budget. You know, right now it's at $300, which is already significantly less than the $1,700 it was at while we had ACU client. And I just don't see how I can do that if I'm responsible for a loan, right? So it's like I don't know how to get over that. So I mean, if you guys have ideas of alternatives to me with the loan, but it's like I just don't see how it's possible. So for me, that's like in the top 2 or 3 proposals for the UMCUS of expectations is that the client is done giving loans. It's over. You know, and I don't like it. I'm not happy with it, but I don't see how else to move forward. Like I don't the after what has happened over the last 2 months, how can the client say, "Oh yeah, you know, not only $9,000 loan, but we'll do additional loans on top of that next month, the month after, and month after that." There's just no way I can comprehend that passing. I don't see it. So that's for me the biggest issue right now moving forward. And I'm happy to can discuss it more next week. But I am confident we will get the final payment approved. I'm confident that we can set up a budget. We can set up, you know, this team. But we have to get agreement on UNCUS, right? There has to be clear client expectations in relationship to these loans. And I don't see that yet based on the voting from today, because the proposal was obviously voted against. So we need to figure out a solution or a compromise or something that will allow for this to move forward. And the least time I can spend on it, the better, but I'm still committed to however much time we need to do all this payroll stuff. I'm committed to going through all the payrolls and all of that. I'm committed to, you know, a few hours here and there of training each week, and coming to main sessions here and there as needed, and making sure that, you know, everything moves forward with the client work and the reviews or whatever is needed, you know. So that is all perfectly fine, but I don't want to be involved in like the day-to-day detailed actual work that is not of interest to me at this point. Check. And I don't want to have to deal with all these loans anymore. Like if you guys are going to go off and on your own and do your own thing, that's fine. But I shouldn't have to be responsible for it. It's yours, right? And I think it's perfectly fine for everyone to be sorry for what happened, but we must take responsibility for what happened. What happened is verifiable. The decisions were made. The forks happened. everything is the way it is, for good or for whatever, for worse or whatever. It is. It just, this is where we are right now, and this is where we have to move forward from. So we can't just pretend like what happened didn't happen, because it did happen, and it is going to affect this organization and the entire network forever. And I think that's okay. But we do need to take ownership of that. We need to be realistic in that, okay, this happened, and so now we need policies that address what happened so that we can continue. Check. And just so everyone understands, for me, what I'm proposing is I'm proposing client work happens, you do the work, you bring the money into the team, you do your internal operations, and then the entire budget is contained within the client work. So no more reimbursements without client work, no more bonuses without client work, no more back pays without client work, and no minimum wage without client work. Like it's just all of it. It's just like you either do the client work and you bring in the money to make the pay, or it's it. There's no extra free money from loans.
It's 4 o'clock. Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
Above and beyond the client income. So everything in the entire payroll is based on client income, period. From the reimbursements. So for example, we paid over $500 of reimbursements for basically $200 of client work, right? So in the future, I'm proposing that we would just, if no one does any client work and you want $500 of reimbursements, I'm going to just laugh and move on with my life. And that's basically what I want. You know, it's like, you don't do any client work, so you don't get reimbursements. Absolutely not. Why would you get reimbursements for not doing the client work? It makes no sense. And the same thing with the bonuses and all of the minimum wage and everything. So that's the direction I am going. And then you guys can do whatever you want. You can make whatever policy you want. You can change all your responsibilities, do whatever you want. You can just do the work, just do the client work however you want. You don't even have to talk to me about it. You just go, you do your client work, old word sessions, whenever you want. I don't even need to know what is going on. I don't want to come to the sessions. I don't want to go to the buddy teams. All I want is the deliverables. I want to look at the deliverables, verify that they're correct, and then that's it. You can send me an email. I don't even have to meet with you. If the deliverable is correct, that's done. And you can just do whatever you want. You can create whatever policy you want. You can completely change the payroll models. You can do anything as long as the client work is done. I don't have to be involved. And you can still get paid however much money you want. Check. So Lucy, do you want to go again, or we just do one last round and then call it a day?
Yeah. Mhm. Okay. I really apologize in terms of whatever happened, Jay. I know you feel like no one really cares about this organization. I think that was just maybe there was just misunderstanding. What happened, we can't reverse. But there is one thing that I can really, I would like to request from you. You should not abandon us. Like this is not. You are not going to get involved. You are
Time
going
to
to.
pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
You don't really care. What you care is only deliverable and all that. But I would like us I personally, I would like you to forgive everybody and just give it a trial. It's like when someone have many children, not every children are always loyal or that doing right thing. Even if they do something wrong, you have to forgive them. Because for me, I really see according to how you speak. It's like you really want to leave this thing entirely. You are really out of this. It's like you are really forcing yourself, even though you try to help us. We can't do it alone without you, Jay, to be honest. We'll try for maybe few months, few weeks, but we cannot make it without you. We just need you to come back and just relax. And let's just have a conversation and see how it will end. You might even get maybe we rebuild this thing and get a better people than us who will take the organization, move organization forward. It's not too late. You have spent a lot of years, as you said, 20 years. You cannot just leave it that way and you start a new thing. Like for let's just build the policies that will guide any other new member that's going to come. Let's close all the loophole. The policies that did not pass the proposal, we can review it again and make everybody understand like the proposal for loan. I think it's just that no one refused really to vote on it. Why? It's just that we would like to review it again and we can revote again. Just take a step back and rethink. Let's build FQN. Let's do it together. I know it's not easy, but we'll have the conversation. We'll point out, you have said it, Lucy, why? Then I will explain. Everybody will explain their own part. Let's just have, let's give it a trial. You should not leave it entirely for us. You should not be like you have to make sure you wait there only to, or for us even to send an email, work through the email. For me, no, it's not going to be easy. I cannot send email through
For
the work
breath,
over the
please
mail.
stop and get ready.
It
Now
hasn't been done
inhale.
that
1,
way
2, 3.
before.
Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale
I
together.
feel like
1,
you are so
2,
hurt
3.
deeply,
Exhale.
actually.
Relax.
And I really congratulate you. Even me myself, I cannot handle a team, 2 to 3 people talking my name or my. You are just like I learned something from you. You need to be calm. No matter how all this calm, all messages, you are still calm, and that's a good spirit. Don't give up. Dave Gwen will be okay, and we'll rebuild it. Check.
All right, can I just respond since Lucy was directly talking to me?
Yeah.
So first of all, like I just want to ask everybody to be empowering, like the idea that everybody's empowered to make whatever decision they want. Nobody's required to be here. Nobody is required to continue. Everybody's empowered individually. The idea that I would not be empowered is upsetting, right? So I disagree with Lucy. In any context, the idea that I am not empowered to make my own decisions for my own life. I also disagree with the idea that you guys are not capable of moving forward with the work. I think you guys are very capable. Also, I did not say that I'm deserting FQN or FQV, right? We would be working in parallel. I would be doing the Unity branch. You guys would be doing the FQN branch, but we were both branches would be under FQV. We would have exactly the same mission, exactly the same goals, exactly the same clients, exactly the same, everything's the same. It would just be different policies. So I would still be involved. I would still be reviewing. I would still be available for training. You guys want to schedule, that's fine. If you don't want to schedule and you feel like you can get the work done on your own, like maybe we have to schedule for 5 months. But then eventually you're like, I can do this without scheduling with Jay and I can just send him an email, right? Or, this is particularly complicated, let's schedule, right? So I have no problem with scheduling and reviewing and doing what I can. What I have a problem with is me sitting there doing all the work for you guys, and I don't want to be. I have things that I need to work on. Right, I am moving forward with the work, and I'm going to give it one try. It'll probably just take a few months, maybe 1 to 2 months, for me to focus
Time
on
to
it.
pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
But these are our policies. The alternative for me is much, much, much worse. If we said, oh yeah, let's just forgive and forget about it all. Sure, I forgive all of you guys to the point where we still take responsibility for what happened and we still follow the policies, which means you guys working in your own fork and me working in my fork. That is the policy. And the policy is based on the fact that we have a core disagreement on the core values and fundamental mission of the network in the vortex, right? So the only way to get out of that would be who knows how many dozens, if not hundreds of hours of contentious sessions. Everybody is done with contentious sessions. Nobody wants to address the issues. We haven't addressed them for months and months and months. There's no way we're going back to that. Nobody wants to do that, trust me, right? So we have a solution under our policies, which is that we just fork. We create 2 branches. Alberto may decide to do his 3rd branch as well. He's basically disappeared the last 3 weeks, or last week or 2 or whatever. But who knows? Maybe he'll come back and decide to do it. But the point is that with at least 2 branches, we're still in really good shape, and it'll be better for the network. It's more resilient. We'll have 2 teams that can function interdependently and they can support each other. There is just nothing bad about it. It's a win-win-win on every single level. So I mean, and I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still involved. Even if I go, like, worst case scenario, I go get a job and I'm working full time for some other company, ideally getting paid at least $40,000 a year. And I would be able to, I'd have some money to invest, but I would have very little time. So I could pay people to do work for me, but I wouldn't really be able to put as much work. That's the worst case scenario, is that I just need to go make money and get a job somewhere else, which is fine. If that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do. I need to be able to make money. I've gone almost 6 months now without any personal income, which is an absolute nightmare. So, but I feel like that the model and the plan that I have moving forward, which includes a few grants, it includes, some fundraising.
Hello?
Yes,
I can't hear Jay.
me too.
Jay. I think no one here. My internet.
We lost Jay.
Did I get you?
Maybe refreshing. I have a refreshment.
We lost Jay.
Right. Oh my god.
Ay, Lord. Forgive and forget. Who's laughing?
What's the church?
Huh? Who's laughing?
It's me.
You heard my song.
Uh,
Forgive and forget. Where is Jay? Is there a storm in California? California. Maybe they have a storm or something. California. California. Nothing, nothing. Jay, we lost you. Where's Jay? So we continue when. So we still have to do the payroll. Anyway, it's all done. Only Alberto and Jay will be computed.
Jesus.
Hello? I guess I got cut
yes,
off.
yes.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got cut off. I don't know if you guys want to try to remind me. I can try to repeat.
You said you will moving forward. You want grants, fundraising.
Oh yeah, so I mean, I have a plan. It'll take a couple months, but it's like I can't move forward with implementing that until FQN in this team is able to function somewhat on its own, which means that we need to finish the UMCUS decision, we need to finish the budget, which basically the budget's done, and then we need to finish the final payment. After that's all done, which could take another week or two, then I can get focused on the Unity branch. That is what I want to do. So it's perfectly fine. Like, none of us want to focus on contention. There's no way I can focus on Unity if we're spending hundreds of hours doing contention. Like, it's just, and how are we going to do any FQN or any client work if all we do is focus on contention as well? So it's like our policies are very clear. When there's contention and we can't address the contention, we go to forks and we branch off, and it'll be great. The win-win on every single side. If Unity can bring in money, it'll be great for FQN. If FQN can bring in money, it'll be great for Unity. And FQV and the whole vortex and the network will be improved. Okay, so I think overall that we need to empower each other to do what we know we need to do. Does that sort of make sense, Lucy? Do you understand that this is what forgiveness looks like, right? This is empowerment. This is like us collaborating together. Just because we're working in parallel does not mean we're not working together. It's still a single network. It's a single mission. We're all working towards the same goals. We're all working on the same things. We just have different policies that we follow, and we don't need to argue about them endlessly. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. But that did not say you don't have right to make your full decision. Sure. I'm sorry. That was the word that got you. It just
Yeah,
like
I
it
mean,
was just like,
I know you're
no.
not trying to disempower me and everything, but it's like I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear people say
Okay.
that, oh, Jay, you can't leave.
Time
Oh, you
for
need to
breath.
stay involved.
Please
And da, da,
stop
da,
and
da, da.
get
It's like
ready.
I don't say
Now
that to
inhale.
anyone else.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Exhale. 1,
I don't need
2,
anyone else to tell
3.
me. I'm
Pause.
an adult.
Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
I'm an adult. I can make my own decisions. You guys are all adults. If you don't want to be involved, then go check out and leave. Like, you're not required to be here. Nobody is required to do this. This is not easy. It's difficult work. It's not paid well. It like, the world sucks. Like, just looking at everything going on with this whole Gaza freaking genocide that's basically happening, where you have 2 million people that are blockaded and being starved to death. I mean, the world is insane what's happening right now, and it's like, I want to get involved in it. I want to get political. I want to get involved in global movements and activities, and that's what FQN is made for. That's what we're here to do. But if we're just endlessly intertwined in conflict internally in ourselves, we can never help anyone else. We can never address the bigger issues that are going on in the world, and the abuses, and the environmental just catastrophes and annihilations of the vast majority of the species on the planet. It is not a good situation that we're in, let alone the future generations and the potentially billions who will never be born or die because of economic collapse that is impending with environmental collapse in the next 100 years. I mean, this is not a great time on our planet, right? So I would like to get focused on that, and it's nobody's fault that we're not focused on that. We're just dealing with the problems of our society that exist everywhere, including in FQN. We want the problems of society to be in FQN, because if they're not inside of us as an organization, if we just create barriers to society, and we just have barrier after barrier after barrier to prevent society from coming into our organization, then we'll never, ever address it. By opening up our organization and allowing society to come inside and dealing with and actually experiencing the conflicts and the issues and the contention of our society internally within FQN and FQV, we are able to find solutions that will apply to all of society, not just our own organization, right? So this is all on purpose, that we allow and empower everybody with their own cultures and their own issues and their own situations, and that this is a good thing, right, overall. So I'm not concerned with that, right?
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And
Open your eyes.
We're definitely learning, that's for sure. Anyways, Lucy, thank you for bringing up your ideas, and it definitely sounds like we're on the same page, and that,
Okay, you're welcome.
Anyway, so Lucy spoke, so now we are on Joyce.
Joyce.
I have to pass. I don't have anything to say right now.
Okay, anything else from you, Tay?
No, Jay. Sorry for the pass.
So that brings up Mamoon. Any last thing from you, Mamoon?
No.
So I think we're done. I think it was good to get a little on the same page of where we're all at. And I don't know, hopefully we can find a solution to this whole loan issue next week, and along with the final payment and all the other policy changes and expectations that we have for the client. And we can get agreement and move forward with all of this. So checkouts or any other questions, wrap up. I guess the one thing in wrap up is that we do have all these proposals, including all the proposals that we didn't vote on, that we can put into the voting form. Does anyone want to do the voting form? When you take the proposals from the session and this goes directly in the voting form, there's no additional proposals that I know.
I'll do it.
Okay. Great. And then lastly, if we can get agreement on these UMCUS proposals, and or at least some sort of compromise solution, the budget has been approved as of full moon. So everyone should be tracking your hours wherever you want to until we have the payroll spreadsheet set up, which obviously right now we don't. So don't forget to track your hours. I am copying and tracking all of the session documents. So if all the time you're spending is in sessions, then we have those documented. So it should be pretty simple. Cool. Check. So shall we check out?
Yeah.
All right. I guess I can start.
Mm-hmm.
Check out.
On wrap up, before you start, will you be available tomorrow? We check on
Time.
WCT as
Break.
well.
Please stop.
Tomorrow,
Write
Friday.
down whatever
I
you
mean,
are going to say and take a break for
Andromeda.
6
Jay,
minutes.
are you available for Andromeda tomorrow?
For what?
For WCTC amendment envelope that I tried last time is not
It didn't
successful.
work? Yeah, we can do that. That's no problem.
Okay.
Cool.
Jay, will you be available, Hydra?
Yeah, we can work on whatever, like the payroll or whatever is fine.
Yeah, but for the payroll, okay, yeah, we can work on payroll so that you can track you can finish. But you did track your hours for 99, right? 98.
98, yeah. Yeah, I estimated all of my hours, so I don't know what we want to do about Alberto. I mean, I can't even remember if he worked at all, really, because I know there were some months where he wasn't doing much and like it was kind of off and on. So, I mean, it really is just up to us to decide what we want to do about Alberto, but we could just leave it for now, or we could try to do some sort of compromise estimation, or we could wait till he responds. Like keep sending messages on Discord, or send him an email, or call him to try, however, whatever way to try to get in touch with Alberto. Otherwise, let's just keep doing the calculations and start adding it all up, finalize all the bonuses. I mean, there's plenty of work to do, even if we do wait for Alberto. You know?
Okay, let's meet tomorrow, Hydra too. Then we can work either on payroll or maybe start training on the plasma accountability.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Any other questions, concerns, anything else?
None from me.
All right, so let's check out. So I'll start. I would give the session a 6.8. I thought it was a pretty good session. We missed a few breaks, but overall, I feel like we stuck to the topic. We did good on the proposals. Some of the proposals were quite complicated, including the proposal on the loan and like all the new details that we have to deal with for that. So I was very thankful to Sandra and others for asking all those complicated questions. I'm still not sure how things are going to move forward. We're still like barely getting started with the UMCUS discussion. I mean, the UMCUS expectations. There's probably at least 5 more expectations to get everything set up on the client side on the loans and everything. So definitely a lot more to deal with. So I'll be available tomorrow to get the Andromeda taxes, the amendment. Hydra, maybe work with the payroll some more and continue with the payroll over the weekend and into next week. And then hopefully we can get finalized on these UMCUS proposals. Like everybody should try to think of compromises or think on some sort of options for this, client loans issue. But I mean, I think one of the things that I would respond to Lucy is like she says that I should just give it a try, and it's like that's what I think you guys should do, just like let's just give a try to this new relationship with the client and see what happens. If it doesn't work and we have issues and can discuss more ways to get additional pay or increase more money for not completing work, or I don't know, whatever we can do. But then that can be discussed, understood, as opposed to just endlessly guaranteeing money even if no work happens. Like that, I think just needs to be over and done. Um, it was fun while it lasted, though. I mean, obviously, I would prefer that model. I mean, I like the old model, but it is too easy to feel like we're getting taken advantage of when so little work happens and it takes so much money. It's just not feasible. So, anyways, I'm confident that we'll find a compromise, we'll find a solution, and verify this budget, get it certified, and all that. So, and then hopefully we can finalize that in 1 week. My goal would be in 1 week that the work for this budget and this team is completely done. The final payment is ready to go. We have the budget agreed on. We have the UMCUS agreed on. So let's give ourselves a deadline of 1 week, or an unofficial deadline of 1 week. And then I want to start focusing on Unity. That's what I want. I want this to be done with in 1 week so that I can get focused on everything else that I actually really want to do. Okay.
So go next. I think the system 6.99 was a pretty good session. At least we are a step
Great.
forward.
Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
We are a step forward. I'm confident that we are going to have a solution to all these problems and agreement on how to move forward. I'll be working on the payroll and client work, and equally creating the voting form. Check. Oh God.
Okay, I'm checking. I'll give myself the session. 6.5. It was a good session. I'm going to work on budget option and schedule on WCTC amendment and check. And also, I would like to know the priorities of our client work that need to get done, because when I check the list, I don't know if those are priorities that the client work that we should get done.
Yeah, all those the vortex taxes, sponsorship, accounting, SVG. Those are the client work we need to schedule on.
What about planetary sessions? Are they
It's under vortex.
Yeah.
yes.
So
So we schedule for J for training on the
yeah.
vortex and the sponsorship.
Topic 2, line 22, all the way to line 78 is the new potential income budget for the client. So this has all the priority work, including like Joyce Ate was saying, for the vortex, the taxes, the sponsorship. We combined accounting, finances, bills, and POS into one thing. So it's just the finances for the monthly accounting, the quarterly bills updating, and the half year accounting. So that is the start there. Maybe in the future we could discuss more POS work, but it's just like I can't even remember like the last time anyone took POS seriously, like 8-10 months ago. I mean, it's gone. Like I'm not interested in working with people on POS anymore. It's just not like it's just been too long. of not taking it
Time to
seriously.
pause.
So,
Please stop.
and then we have
Close
the
your
FPG
eyes.
and MCAS.
Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So everything's basically equal priority. You can kind of tell the priorities based on the value, right? So the more value something has, the higher priority it is. Okay.
Okay.
So everything's more or less the same priority. Oh, all right.
Yes. So can I schedule for planetary session because I see deliverable is high at least. Oh, I see.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to work on planetary sessions, you can. I don't see why you need to schedule with me. I mean, this is nothing that anyone doesn't know how to do. Like, for example, we have the Mars session, which is going to be for our membership and ownership meeting. We've got the Earth session, and just for our boards meetings, we've got the Venus session for the executive team. So all of those sessions just need to be scheduled and coordinated. The main issue, of course, is just the deadlines. That is the whole thing that we're going to need to still address for UMCUS is, what is the management model? How and when does work happen? Who's responsible for it? Like, who's doing what by when? Like, all of that still needs to be discussed because the planetary sessions are irrelevant if you don't do them by the deadlines, because you only get one chance to do it and then it's gone until the next time, which can be in some cases 6 years later for the Saturn session, right?
Yeah.
So we'll have to figure that all out.
Okay.
Did Mamoon check out?
Not yet, even Joyce.
Even Joyce, okay.
No, Jay, I didn't check out.
Okay, I'll go, Mamun. I already wrote mine. So I just read it. Uh, for me, the session 6.8, and it was a good session. It flowed smoothly until we got long time on the proposals about the loans. But we can still think about it, and we can revote on that on the voting forms as well. And we're gonna work on payroll, client work. Hmm, check. Okay, Mamun.
Yeah, I did give the session 4, and mm, I'm just waiting to see the team is moving forward, and let's see. Uh,
Time for breath.
we also
Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So I'm not sure how actually the budget will be revoting or something like that. I don't know, but um, uh, I definitely will have a few big questions. So I will ask in the Discord communication. So,
All right, so everyone checked out. We're good.
Yes. Am I going to use the copy of previous budget spreadsheet or I just make it up new?
You should just copy the previous one. It'll be easier.
Okay. Thank you.
Unless you guys want to create a new template, but I would just keep it the same.
Okay.
Any other last questions? All right. Well, I'll talk to you all
Yeah.
later.
Okay, thank you all guys.
And it's no
Kaka.
longer being recorded.
Ciao.
Bye.